See what legendary coach John Wooden has to do with Temple's rebounding machine coming up next on Owlsports Update. Let's go. Welcome to the edition of Owlsports Update you've all been waiting for. Alongside Eric Polini, I'm Tom Monfiletto. Coming up, Lavoy Allen gets some national recognition, while the smallest guy on the football field had the cadets standing at attention on Saturday.
And see how the most important 0-0 score of the season for the men's soccer team was broken up, and why the women's soccer team can't decide whether they want to win or lose, but find out how that might change. But first, Matt Brown gives new meaning to people under 5'6". Bernard Pierce tied a school-high 4 rushing touchdowns 2 weeks ago against the Huskies for about 2 minutes. Then, after a review, it was taken away. Pierce finished with 3 touchdowns. In comes Matt Brown in a hostile Michie Stadium in West Point. Anything you can do, I can do better. Well, Temple winners 3 of 4 against Army in the Golden Era. Pun absolutely intended. Pierce not playing in this one. Brown only 1 carry last season against Army. But when the Bug gets the ball, he's always 1 step away from a huge Brown explosion. Supersized me. 42 of Brown's 226 yards in the game on this TD run. Fill thy passion buckets. Trent Steelman at quarterback for Army. Do not tell me no. 1 of 4 rushing TDs on the day for Steelman. Also had 1 passing TD. 14-13 Army. Joe Jones, though, going to get his Ladainian Tomlinson on. He runs right. Oh, no, there's nothing there. He's going to pass the end zone for a touchdown to Michael Campbell. I want some soup. And now, as you can expect, the quarterback controversy starts again. Just kidding. Speaking of quarterbacks, Chester Stewart. More trickery, Golden emptying out the playbook. In this game, quarterback to former quarterback Charlton for a 2-point conversion.
Jump to the 4th quarter. Army bites on the play action, and Chester Stewart chucks this missile to Michael Campbell. Choke it! Ruled down at the 1. The play would be reviewed and ruled a touchdown. We're tied at 28. 7 minutes to go. Ball on the 11. The Bug takes the ball on a sweep and glides unharmed into the end zone for his 3rd on the day. Temple goes up 35-28. 5 minutes left. 2nd and 3. Throw left weak. 22 counter left on 2-on-2. Matt Brown again cuts back and sneaks his way 20 yards for a touchdown, his 4th on the day. That's the first time a Temple running back has scored 4 times in a game since 2003. A late touchdown brings Army to within 7. They line up for the onside kick, but that's what they have the hands team for. Evan Rodriguez covers it up. Temple wins 42-35, making 4-1 for the Owls.
It's the biggest win since I've been here. Make no mistake, that's the biggest win since I've been here. In that kind of environment, to stay together, be down 15 and then reel off 28 straight, that's a big win.
The Owls' impressive 4-1 start has not come against inept opponents. This isn't Boise State, Eric. Temple's first 6 opponents, when you include this weekend's trip to Northern Illinois, have a combined record of 17-13. The Owls' remaining opponents, 9-20. Couple that with a soon-to-be healthy Bernard Pierce, and the rest of the Mid-America Conference could be in serious trouble. This year, the Temple football Owls won their first 2 games on game-winning field goals, so while much of their success can be attributed to the legs of Bernard Pierce and Matt Brown, the foot of Temple kicker Brandon McManus deserves some credit as well. Updates Anya Cleveland has more.
Think about Temple football and scoring, the first thing that probably comes to your mind is the long Chester Stewart pass or Bernard Pierce run for a touchdown. What you might not realize is that if it weren't for kicker Brandon McManus, this Temple team would likely be 2-3 on the year instead of 4-1. So it's a good thing that he gave up soccer for football.
I played soccer my whole life. Up until the freshman year in high school, the football coach gave me a chance to kick.
The 6'3", 190-pound sophomore has scored 31 of Temple's 129 points this season, which is 2nd highest on the team. In the team season opener against Villanova, McManus scored 13 of Temple's 31 points. He could have scored 16 points, but early in the 4th quarter, he missed the kick.
I feel like as a kicker, you have to forget your last kick, whether it's you made it or not, because there's so many different circumstances. And I feel as if my teammates stayed behind me. They kept telling me on the sideline that they're going to need me to win the game for them.
One of those teammates is Vaughn Charlton, tight end and holder for the Temple Owls.
I think we have to have a good relationship. I have to know, I have to read his body language. If I see him rattled, then I have to try and help him out and keep him calm and focused.
This pressure seemed to work in Temple's 2nd game of the year when McManus hit an overtime game winner against Central Michigan.
Just try to focus everything out. I try to act like a moment's depth on the field.
He's a tough competitor on the field. I mean, when it's time to go, he goes and he focuses and he tries his best to execute his role.
Whether or not Brandon McManus gets the recognition he deserves as the kicker, his teammates and coaches all agree that without him, most of the Temple wins this season would not be possible. Reporting for Owlsports Update, I'm Anya Cleveland.
Wait a second here. The football team's having a great season, but the Owls basketball team finished 12th in the AP polls last season, and they have their own Heisman-esque candidate named Lavoy Allen. In the preseason, Allen was named to the top 50 watch list for the John R. Wooden Award, given to the best player in college basketball. And after declaring for the draft after last season, Allen revoked his name to stay with the Owls. Smart move for the big man who led the A10 conference in rebounds and reached 1,000 points. Maybe even more impressive, he was the first Temple player to average a double-double since Ollie Johnson did it in the 70-71 season. And still to come, men's and women's soccer scores coming up. Tom's going to take off his shirt and show his best soccer celebration. No sports bra.
And also, we have Philly 5 lacrosse highlights. Don't even turn away for a second. Owlsports Update coming back.
No sports bra.
Pull your face mask down. All right. What about the chest guard? It looks loose. Is it loose? All right. What about the shin guards? All right. Okay. Here comes the heat. Bring it in. Bring it in. Good hustle.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of teens in foster care who would love to put up with you.
There are 380,000 NCAA student athletes. And most of us will go pro
in something other than sports.
In something other than sports. To learn more, go to ncaa.org.
4 years ago, Bonnie Rosen took over the women's lacrosse program with the goal of promoting the sport within the city of Philadelphia. Soon after she took the job, the Philly 5 lacrosse tournament was born. Last Saturday, Drexel, St. Joe's, and Villanova joined Temple for the 4th installment of this event. The tourney started at 9:30 a.m. and lasted until 4:30 p.m. They didn't keep score, but this is America, and we will because we're competitive. Temple taking on LaSalle. Sophomore midfielder Charlotte Swivola rips this one past Megan Corliss. Swivola finished last season with 16 goals and 5 assists. Here, sophomore Emily Fine gets slashed and rewarded a free position, which she takes advantage of with a goal. Fine appeared in 8 games for the Owls last season and started in 1 of them. LaSalle's offense came mostly from sophomore Lauren McDermott, who buries this one into the back of the net. Last year, McDermott finished 2nd on the team in goals and points. Later in the contest, here she is again, coming up here with a nifty dish to Nora McGurkin, who puts in what we assume was the winning goal. And for more on the birth of the Philly 5 lacrosse tournament, here is Chris Audison.
Drexel, St. Joseph's, Villanova, and Temple competed for the bragging rights to be named the city's best. Temple's Giese Field was the host of this year's event as the interested lacrosse community gathered to watch the event.
It's 5 schools from Philly, and basically the whole scheme behind it is we're trying to promote the sport of lacrosse in the city of Philadelphia, and it's a great tournament that Bonnie Rosen started when she came to Temple.
You know, it's really a chance. The fall is really a chance for coaches to see what the girls can do, and for the girls to have a chance to learn to play with each other. Yep. So it's not as imperative that we win every game as it would be during the season, but it's still important.
The all-season tournament marks the first time of the year teams in the area can scout each other, but most of all, the tournament is used as a showcase for the girls. The brains behind the day is none other than Temple's own head coach, Bonnie Rosen.
Philly 5 was started about 4 years ago when I got to Temple as a way of bringing all the schools in the area together for a day to build the competitive spirit between the schools and to kind of showcase our Division I Philadelphia schools in hopes to build our recognition as well as to hopefully get the girls in the city of Philadelphia seeing the game so that they will start to play the game. It's a fun day of competition. And it's often our biggest challenge is to balance the competitive nature of wanting to show who's the best in the city with the day of bringing everyone together.
Since this is the first action of the year for the girls, the tournament is used to promote the game of lacrosse throughout the Philadelphia area. and it already has some Cherry Crusade members in a buzz.
I want to see Drexel go down. I don't like Drexel. They came here and beat us in field hockey, and I did not appreciate that. So I'd like to see Drexel go down.
With the regular season right around the corner, keep it on Owlsports Update for everything lacrosse.
That's Chris Autazerk reporting. There was definitely no shortage of offense for Temple's men's soccer on Saturday when they took on LaSalle in the final game of the Philadelphia Soccer Six. The Owls outshot the Explorers 17-9. However, they didn't see their efforts pay off. First half of the game, LaSalle runs the ball down the field looking for an opening. When the Owls respond, Richter gets a penalty kick. That goes in. 1-0 LaSalle. Great place. And the Owls try to answer back. The Explorers save it just in time. The Owls dominated the second half, forcing Explorers keeper John McCarthy to make 5 saves. Junior Tyler Whitmer and sophomore Cody Calafori took 4 shots, and the Owls keeper Brett Mullen made 2 saves on the day. Unfortunately, the Owls' efforts came up short. LaSalle wins the contest 1-0. Women's soccer has not had a winning or losing streak this season. Suppose it beats consistently losing. The Owls dropped 10 of their last 13 last season. Coming off a tie with Richmond, the Owls have St. Joe's coming up. They ended the season with a win against them last year, and then Dayton and Xavier after that.
Well, the field hockey team came out of the gate 4-0, looking like the San Diego Padres of April, but lately have resembled the Padres of September, dropping 8 straight games, including Sunday's 2-1 home loss to Bryant. The Owls outshot the Bulldogs 21-7, but only one of those 21 tries got past Bryant goalie Jennifer Goulet. Molly Doyle scored Temple's lone goal in the contest. Well, Eric, we talk a lot about Temple sports here, but, I mean, there was a playoff no-hitter.
You were there.
I was there.
I was tweet booking the whole thing.
I don't know what that is.
It's when you Facebook and tweet.
No, I don't know.
When you Facebook and tweet. In the nest. After dropping a set to start the match, Temple volleyball rallied to take the next 3 sets to beat Long Island 3-1. Maybe the most impressive. The Owls recorded a season-high 17 blocks.
Men's soccer standout Tyler Whitmer dropped in 2 goals against the Rutgers Scarlet Knights last week, leading the Owls to a 2-0 victory and earning him Philadelphia Soccer 6 Co-Player of the Week. Scrappy midfielder leads the squad with 3 goals and 7 points on the season.
Matt Brown, the Bug, winning the MAC East Offensive Player of the Week honors after marching all over Army, 226 yards net and 8.1 yards per carry. The Bug only 1 carry against Army last year for 8 yards. Brown joined some pretty good company, tying a stadium high 4 touchdowns. The last to do it, Tony Dorsett, playing for Pittsburgh in 1975.
Before we go, Temple announced its 2010 Hall of Fame class. 7 former student athletes will be inducted during homecoming weekend. It includes football All-American Mike Curcio, who played for the Owls in the late 70s.
And this weekend, Northern Illinois on the football field, quarterback Chandler Harnish, West MAC Offensive Player of the Week. Should be a good matchup. Fill the passion buckets. Fill them.
Absolutely. For everyone at Owlsports, he's Eric. I'm Tom. Looking for you.
Passion buckets.
We're back next week.
Fill the passion buckets. Be there.
Sorry.
Do it.